You are listening to the Business Leadership Podcast with Edwin Frondozo.
Today's guest is building a new model for entrepreneurship, one grounded in collaboration, technology, and shared success. Göksel Turman is the founder of Compendial Technology, a next-generation German venture builder that co-founds and scales joint ventures powered by cutting-edge technology and AI-driven solutions. With over 20 years of leadership experience across global corporations and startups, Göksel brings deep expertise in digital transformation, B2B e-commerce, and operational excellence. At the heart of Compendial's mission is a belief in the power of shared economies, offering a collaborative platform where entrepreneurs, corporates, and investors unite to build ventures that matter. Guided by the motto, Together Stronger, Göksel is helping shape the future of business through transformative partnerships and scalable innovation.
Welcome to the Business Leadership Podcast. How are you doing today?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Edwin. It's great. It's been great in Vancouver.
Yeah. What are you enjoying most, I guess, for day one on Web Summit Vancouver?
So, inspiring speeches, really like-minded people. It's great being with lots of great founders here and then with different speakers and different mindsets all together. And the city itself is really beautiful.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, can you share with us, Göksel, Matchpreneur AI? Basically, tell us what the problem you are solving in the AI-driven talent and opportunity matching space.
So nowadays, if you wanna find like-minded people or the right talent or the right startups or let's say service providers, it's very hard. You have to find right platform. You have to search, filter again, make kind of due diligence across different platforms, whether this person is the right person and so on. And it is time consuming, and it's really it's also not so cost efficient, I should say. And in most cases, you also have to have some travels to meet them in person. So Matchpreneur AI is a platform where our unique AI algorithm brings all these kind of people and also providers based on your profile information, let's say cover letter, which you create free text style. This is important, and brings them all with high accuracy, and you can get connected with them easily.
Oh, that's amazing. So this platform, and from what I'm listening to, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's really geared towards companies looking for talent and making it a little easier for them to find the right fit when it comes to skill set and profile, right?
Definitely. So we have collaborations with best universities of Europe, and so it means we are bringing right talents even before they are free to work, but they have some kind of, let's say, passion for entrepreneurship, or at least they are curious. We are talking about young students, and they want to learn about entrepreneurship, about startups, or this kind of environments. You can meet them very easily through Matchpreneur AI, and also you can find other kind of complementary service providers. Let's assume we are making a marketing campaign, and then we are looking for podcast introducers. So you could be also matched with these kind of startups and so on. And also investors.
I see. That's amazing. So, Göksel, tell me what is your personal unique point of view? So your POV is what we call it. That basically that you bring towards this problem that you're trying to solve.
So first of all, I'm as a user of various platforms, I am quite a lazy user, I should say. I don't want to spend time, okay? And I cannot focus on long times on one specific stuff. I really want to find everything what I'm looking for as soon as possible, and also with high accuracy. And I could not find any kind of platform which gives me this power. Okay, I always have to spend some time and again and really focus on this. I said, okay, I talked to my team. Hey guys, can we create a startup platform where we give free text. They don't have to have like these kind of rules. They just have to write free text. I am this, or my company is doing this, and then these are our services or products, and so on. And I just want to use one button, match. That's it. So it should be time efficient, cost efficient, and also very focused platform. This is why Matchpreneurs we created.
I see. So I'm curious, like when it comes to that problem, like aside from making it more efficient, making sure it gets done stuff quickly, like how do you see this like even more differently when it comes to what's out there right now?
So it's related to the previous question, I think. So it is very easy. It's really easy, and so I want to keep it easy but also accurate. So easy but high quality. This is not what I could find out there as a user now, and I also want to give this privilege and enable all kind of entrepreneurs and also startups and also investors, and enabling them to find what they are looking for in one platform. This is important also in one platform. I don't want to switch from platform to find them in one platform and then to connect with them in another platform and to understand if they are really this person. I mean, kind of due diligence in the third platform. I want to do it everything in one single platform.
And why do you think this is so important? Or I want to know why you care. Like what is it?
It's an interesting question. I have a special let's say personal pain in this topic. I used to have my own startup, let's say 12, 13 years ago, and I was quite successful. And me and my co-founder, we wanted to get to the next level, okay? And we needed better talents. We needed smarter people that who can inspire us in our development team and who can co-shape the startup with us together. And we needed international minds. And so diversity in mindsets. And back then, I used to live in Istanbul, Turkey. And back then, the world was completely different. And also location was not the best one to reach out to those talents or investors and so on. So I had a lot of barriers to make it bigger. And I said, okay, maybe for a while I should give a break. And I switched to corporate life. And now I want to empower those younger me and those people like me, let's say 15 years ago, them not to get stuck with little barriers which they can in fact smash through this platform. This is my personal, let's say, problem and solution.
Yeah, I think that's really where your point of view comes into play. And what do you think, like from that experience and then going into corporate and then creating Matchpreneurs, like how do you see all this differently than anybody else?
So, I mean, being in a startup and being a founder of a startup, and then also having a career in big corporations, you understand, you are seeing both sides of the table. You understand how big corporations find really best talents in some cases, and how do they retain them, how do they keep them, and also how do they lose them. You understand everything, and you also understand something more maybe interesting in this whole. There are people who might think of being entrepreneur, which we call them like aspiring entrepreneurs. Those who wanna be could be entrepreneur, and these are in big corporations also, let's say, subject matter experts. For instance, some lawyers in law companies who could maybe create like tech company, let's say legal tech, or finance people like fintech, but they don't know anyone. They don't know where to start. They don't understand from the technology. And this platform could enable them to find their co-founders and also to find their, let's say, backers like VC, private equity, and so on.
And so now that you've pulled this together and there's all these possibilities, what do you think if this just changed the whole face of entrepreneurship? How would you see that evolving? What would the future look like?
I think once we will, how can I say, show that it could be also made so easily, and the problem is huge, but the solution could be put very smart way as we do. Then I think slowly the mindset of the customers will change, and it will start like a butterfly effect. It will start a whole industry, and also big players, different platform providers have to also move themselves from old-fashioned structures where users have to filter, search, and lose time, and also lose also money for premium memberships and so on. And I think the zeitgeist, the spirit of today, is requiring what we are doing, and it will be the future for each and every platform. We think so. Keep it easy, keep it also very focused. This will be the motto.
Yeah, well, that's a true future narrative, I would say. I'm going to pass it back to you, Ed.
I mean, we're almost coming to the end, and Göksel, we really appreciate your time here. It's, just out of your busy schedule to come sit down with us. I'd love it if you could share, coming to Vancouver, you mentioned at the beginning, like what was your purpose coming all the way from Germany? What are your goals in Web Summit Vancouver, and what are you hoping to achieve here?
We have in Germany, let's say, European mindset
Mm-hmm.
and a European point of view for entrepreneurship, for startups. It also applies for investors as
Mm-hmm.
well. So investors have specific perspective, which is very different, which might be in some cases very very different than in North America.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to understand how they approach here, and how also other ecosystem players, like let's say in which certain points they suffer. So in other words, so our solution, how accurate our solution, also applicable for here, for this region, and also what could we learn from this location to bring to Europe in order to make entrepreneurship more democratized in whole Europe and MENA region.
Oh,
Let's say Gulf.
that's amazing. So it's sort of like a trade mission
Yes.
for you, and really understand the different cultures and how your platform will cross all these borders, I guess.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Göksel, I mean, it's been an amazing conversation. I'm so excited for you and what you're creating for the future. Is there any final thoughts or recommendations that you could share to the listeners who are out there? They're either founders, CEOs, or startups, entrepreneurs who'd be listening today.
So I would urge them, I would advise them to question the platforms, the tools which they have right now, which are like offered by other companies. We are all users, and entrepreneurship players can really question whether the tools are sufficient enough, time efficient enough today or not. If not, I think we will also, like, philosophically, we will come to a similar or maybe exactly the same point. So everyone will understand somehow this is too hard nowadays, and it's not in fact what we can deliver today with today's technology. So long story short, they can really think whether it's okay or not. If not, they should demand for every kind of provider what they want. Then they will change everything.
No, I love that. I love how you really give some actionable recommendations, because some people don't know what to do, and they don't know the power of giving this feedback to the providers, and because they're listening, they want ideas as well, right? So
Yeah, definitely.
Göksel, thank you for joining us on the Business Leadership Podcast.
Thank you very much, Edwin.
You are listening to the Business Leadership Podcast with Edwin Frondozo.